on spent fuel pools. Spent fuel pools are the Achilles heel of all of our nuclear power plants across the country. They exist because we do not have a sane and sensible energy policy. They were supposed to be temporary storage. They're not. All of the spent fuel pools, rods at Indian Point that have ever been used are there in these swimming pools, basically, 40 foot deep. I've been there, I've looked at them, I've toured the plant, I've seen them. They have to be under 40 foot of water because they are some of the most deadly, high-level, radioactive waste on the face of the planet. They've been racked and re-racked through the years, and it has to be very carefully done because if they get too close, then you will have criticality or a nuclear accident, an explosion in the spent fuel pool. They're in ordinary construction, as Michelle told us. There's no hardened structure over them. There's very little to protect them because no one ever regarded them as a problem. Fuel was supposed to go in and fuel was supposed to go out. There is no Yucca Mountain. If you've heard of Yucca Mountain as a storage for high-level radioactive waste, it's not happening. There is no place for this to go. So what is happening instead is that the companies are taking out the spent fuel only as much as they need to make room for more spent fuel rods that go in. And it's a crazy situation because in any reasonable, sensible, solid waste management program, which this is, spent fuel rods are, what you do when you can't handle a very toxic substance is you stop creating it. And that's exactly what we need to do with nuclear power. We need to stop creating this waste. We need to corral what we have where it is, not think about putting it in somebody else's backyard. We used it in our community. We need to take care of it in our community. For how long? 28 million years. Now, do we need to be able to flip a switch and turn a light bulb on and boil a pot of tea so badly, and that we can't find another way to do it, that we need to create waste that we hand down that long through the generations? I think it's immoral. I really think it's immoral, and I know that we can do a lot better than that. So I would refer you to David Lockbaum, who is one of the leading experts on spent fuel pools. He's with the Union of Concerned Scientists. It's a usaucs.org website. He talks about this all the time. He's talked about it in front of Congress. He's talked about it. I've been to many of his seminars on this.
It's UCS USA.
Oh, it's the other way around. Thank you, Gary. Thank you. It's Union of Concerned Scientists.USA.
And the individual.
UCS.
LOCHBA.
It's UCSUSA.org.
If you look up Union of Concerned Scientists, you will find it.
And by the way, on the table, there is a listing of lots of different websites where you can get unfiltered information about nuclear power and its impacts on that handout table.
So there's a whole lot of detail here. There's a whole lot of information about why the companies keep doing it, why they're not taking it out of storage. It costs more money for dry cask storage. There's a wonderful film, and there are several. Gary Null has one called Knocking on the Devil's Door that gets into this a little bit. There's another one called Into Eternity, which is the story of Finland's, what they're doing with their nuclear waste, and it's like science fiction. It really is. When you get the scientists together talking about how they can plan for this far down the road. You can't. It's longer than we as a species have lived on this planet. So it's an insane thing that we're doing to pile up all this waste. And I do have a lot more information, a lot more details, and see me at lunch.